Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's been my first video for 3 or 4 weeks. I'm changing up the format just a little bit. This is a bit of a test run. I'm planning on doing a 15-minute video either every week or at the minimum every fortnight, which is basically just to catch up on what's been happening, not only on the channel but on the group, the bits and pieces that I've been watching, things that I've bought. There's a couple of new little interactive features for you, which I'll be introducing very shortly. As I say, this is really just a bit of a test run to see how it goes. I've not done this for, well, the last one was about a month ago. And before that I think it was about 6 weeks, so I'm a little bit out of practice, a bit rusty, so please forgive me if this comes across as a little sort of all over the place. It will gain some sort of traction as we go on, hopefully it will anyway, that's the plan. So first of all, before I go any further, some brilliant news that Sam brought to my attention. I never even noticed it, but apparently the subscribers on the channel have crept up to 200. They're now up to 206. I don't really know how that's been happening because I've not been doing very much content over the last couple of months, but it seems to be creeping up, which is a very good reason to sort of crank this up again and start it going on a regular basis, just to see what happens with that. So I'll just welcome some of my new subscribers: Jude84, Tommy Duggan, Nuneaton Owl, Jacob Lancaster. All of you, welcome to the channel. Thanks very much for subscribing. Hope you like what we're doing here, and hope you like the content that I'm hopefully going to be putting out within sort of over the next few weeks or whatever. So that's all my new subscribers. I'll start by talking about a movie. This is one of Mark's favourites. It was on his top 10. I've meant to watch it for ages. This is one of the new features that I'm starting to introduce. I'm going to be doing originals versus remakes. So I'm going to need your help with this. The first one is a Western from 1957 starring Glenn Ford, that was remade, I believe, in 2007. The 3:10 to Yuma. I watched the original, the black and white Western, last week. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not normally a massive Western fan. I will only watch stuff like the sort of the regular ones, Magnificent Seven, Shane. I've not seen High Noon yet, but I will only usually watch the absolute classic Westerns, even though a few months ago I did buy a John Wayne DVD box set, which has got about 7 or 8 of his movies in, which I've still yet to get into. But 3:10 to Yuma, the original, I thought was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Just a good, tense, not your regular gunfight at the OK Corral type Western. It's basically set in the West, but just a really, really good film. And I followed that up virtually straight after with this one. Let me put this cup down. The 3:10 to Yuma. This is the remake from 2007. Stars Christian Bale. Who else is it? Oh, and Russell Crowe. Cracking remake. I can see why Mark likes this. I'd be very curious to know whether Mark's actually seen the original. If not, mate, I would definitely recommend it. It's not that different from this. There are a lot of similarities, in this that you would notice in the original. But I enjoyed both versions. I really, really did. If I had to choose between the two, I would probably choose this one. It is one of those few remakes that is actually as good, if not better, than the original. So yeah, I was really pleased that I got to watch this in the end. So the one I'm going to be doing next week, on original versus remake, I've just started watching the original actually, a controversial movie from 1971, which caused an absolute stink with the censors when it first came out. It was remade in the 2000s. I can't remember what year. Was it 2010 or 2011? Can't remember. I've never seen the remake, but I'll be talking about both of those next week or the week after, depending on when the next video is. So, but yeah, if you get the chance to watch the 310 to Yuma, both versions, absolutely well worth watching. I've got 2 movies here that I've just plucked off the shelf, and I'll be doing this every week as well. Basically, I'll go onto the DVD shelf, pull off 2 movies, and you get to choose which one I get to watch next. So these 2 were pulled at random. Let's see. First one is The Last Castle, starring Robert Redford, James Gandolfini, Mark Ruffalo. I know nothing about this because all I know is a recommendation from somebody else that said this is a really good film. So I grabbed a copy as it's not even out of the cellophane yet. So that's the first one. And the next one is Prisoners. Again, know very little about this. Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal, I think they're... Oh, Paul Dano. I've heard of him. So those 2... You tell me which one you want me to watch next week. So, as I say, if this is coming across as a little bit disjointed and all over the place, it's because it is. But believe me, I'm trying my best with this. I'm a bit out of practice with it, like I said. Okay, what have I been buying over the last few weeks? I've got quite a bit here, but I'm going to divide it up into 2 or 3 weeks because there's just too much to go through. First one, Jason will be very glad that I've gone for this. Mission Impossible box set. Now, I've watched the first one already and really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot better than I thought it would be. It certainly was. Oh, my light's gone. Just hang on a sec. There it goes. Yeah, first one was very good. I've not seen any of the others yet. I only got this through last week. I know that they're all streaming. When I first looked to see whether they were all streaming a few weeks ago, there were 2 of them that weren't. So I thought, you know what, I'll just buy them on Blu-ray and just give them to the charity shop when I've done with them. But I'll try and take in MI2 tomorrow to see what I think of that one. But yeah, first one, highly recommended. You've all seen it, I know you have. But I thought it was really, really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. I bought, God, about 3 years ago, the first 2 volumes of The Twilight Zone. And I've been toying with the idea of buying the box set, the Blu-ray box set, which is the complete series, even though I've already got series 1 and 2. Until I went on to Google and entered them into the search engine and found the last 3 seasons at a very reasonable price. So I grabbed them all. Seasons 2, is it 2, 3 and 4? 3, 4 and 5. And none of these cost me more than £7. So I was really, really pleased with that. So I now have the complete series of The Twilight Zone, which I absolutely love. Jason's never seen it because I think you put it on your thread of TV themes, and I think you mentioned that you'd not actually seen it. But again, that's highly recommended if you like sort of sci-fi drama, that kind of thing. Twilight Zone, it just doesn't get much better. And these 2 recommendations were from Sam quite a while ago, actually, but I've only just got around to grabbing them, but I've not watched either of them yet. 500 Days of Summer. This is a movie that he watches every single year without fail. I think it's usually Christmas or New Year, and I just had to find out what the fascination was with it, so I grabbed that one. And this one, I've apparently got to be in the right mood for this, Leviathan. It is a drama. It's a foreign drama. It's a very dark drama. It's one of those there's not many good things happen in it. So I've got to be in the right mood for this one. But Leviathan, I'm definitely looking forward to having a look at that. I watched a documentary, because I think it was called The King and Queen of Rock and Roll, about Little Richard, which is on iPlayer at the moment. Really, really enjoyed it. Learned a lot about the man that I had no idea about. But I wanted to know more, so I grabbed a copy of this, The Life and Times of Little Richard, by Charles White. I've not started it yet, but I intend to get into this as soon as I can. Watching that documentary, it kind of inspired me to watch more sort of old style rock and roll movies and to listen to more of the music. I'd forgotten how much I enjoyed that kind of stuff. Guy, I think, is a big fan of Little Richard, so I definitely want to find out more about the man, and I will do that reading that. Let's see, magazines. I've got the latest issue of Empire, which I've not started yet. AI. Okay, so you've all had a bit of fun with it this week, mostly at my expense. Um, I think I started it by putting that post on where I scanned. Well, I didn't even scan it. I took a picture of a very old photograph of me with the phone, and then asked Chat GTPT to GPT to sort of clean it up, bring out the colours, to remove an arm that was draped around me because I couldn't remember who the arm belonged to at the time. So, and it did such a good job. I couldn't resist posting it. And you guys have done a marvellous job this week of putting me in all sorts of situations. I've got to say my favourite is the one that Chris put on, where he put me on the set of Close Encounters, which I absolutely loved. Not so happy with the spider one, Rob. Really not. As soon as I saw that one, I thought, what the hell was he thinking of? I've also been done as Humpty Dumpty, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you name it. I've been in everything this week. So you've had quite the time with AI. I haven't done anything more with it. I just was basically dipping my toe in the water last week. But I've got a couple of books here. ChatGPT and AI for seniors. Yeah. I mean, believe it or not, I am a senior now. I'm 63 years old, and I don't find technology as easy to get on with as I used to do. So I thought I'll have a book, even though I was told this week that all you need to do to get to know ChatGPT is just talk to it. It remembers everything that you tell it, which I found out very, very quickly. I asked it a question. I bought some rhubarb, believe it or not, from Morrison's, and I wanted to know basically how to cook it and store it overnight for a lunchbox. And I asked ChatGPT, that came back with the answer. I then went on to about 4 or 5 other subjects, chatting away with it, disappeared for a few hours, came back to it sort of 6, 7 hours later, asked it a question, and when it had answered that question, it finished up with, by the way, how did the rhubarb go? And I was like, what? It remembered. It's literally like chatting to a mate. You will know this because I'm pretty sure that all of you have used ChatGPT. I'm completely new to it. So I'm hoping that this book will help me to understand it more. And I also grabbed a hold of this, Hobbies with ChatGPT. I don't know what hobbies it covers. I should have probably had a look at it, but I ordered this online. So I'll have a look and see what's... does it give me any indication? It tells you how to use it. Mainly, I want to know whether it can help me with the videos, i.e. graphics, all that kind of thing. Apparently it can write scripts for you and all sorts of things. So hopefully it will give me some clues as to how to polish this thing up. But we shall see. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there, folks. That's pretty much all I've got for this week. As I say, this is just a sort of a test drive just to see how this goes. It will become a little more polished over the next few weeks. I'm sure it will, as I get more used to it again. As I say, I've been away from it for a month last time, probably 6 weeks for the one before that. So I am a little bit out of practice with this, but I do want to get back into it, and I'm sure that even I can throw together 15 minutes to have a chat with you guys. The group, by the way, is going great guns. I had a scroll through it the other day, and I looked at it and I thought, what an amazing group we've got here. Just look at all these posts. They're all different. It's just brilliant. I couldn't be prouder of the group and of you guys. So onward and upward to better things, let's say. So right, I'll leave it at that, guys. I'm going to disappear. I'm going to try and do another one in the week for next weekend, and if I can, I would like to do this every week. As I say, I'm sure even I can throw together 10-15 minutes just to have a chat with you about what I've been watching. I have watched a lot of TV series over the last few weeks. I'll cover some of those next week. Drop your answers in the comments to the which movie should I watch next. I think it was Prisoners or The Last Castle. Which one do you think I should watch next? And also originals versus remakes. Are there any that you would like me to take a look at? I'm tempted to have another look at the Fog, the remake of the Fog. I love the original, absolutely hated the remake, but I haven't seen it for quite a while, so maybe my opinion will have changed on that. But any that you want me to take a look at, originals versus remakes, drop them in the comments and I'll be more than happy to do so. So, right, have a great weekend, guys. It's good to be back. Short but sweet and all that. And I will talk to you all again, fingers crossed, next week. Have a brilliant weekend and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Ta-ra.